is On the Radar live from Studio Square Recordings. I'm joined by the one, the only Young Zay. Welcome.
Yes,
my brother,
Mr. BMW, Bronx most wanted, you know.
So why, alright, because I was gonna ask you about that, but I wasn't sure. Why are you the Bronx most wanted? I mean, the Bronx is most wanted.
I feel like that because it's like, you know, like I'm into it with the cops and the ops when I'm at, and you know, like. Even when I'm with 100 people, I still feel like I'm alone. Understand what I'm saying? So it be like, you know, I just feel like I'm into it with the world. I feel like it's me versus everybody sometimes in some sense. And, you know, I mean, of course I got, you know, a few real ones in my corner and stuff like that. But you know, when you really like been like the op your whole life, you tend to, you know what I'm saying, just put a label on it and try to, you know, wrap your head around it. And I just got this whole understanding that I'm just Bronx most wanted, like, because I'm into it with majority of the Bronx, police, like, it's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's the Bronx.
Now, where in the Bronx you from, so we can let the people know?
I'm from 170th, Clay, like, you know, the Clay College Avenue area, like, you know, it's kind of like a 3-4 block radius, but it's like South Bronx, like 170. It's not too far from like High Bridge, it's like the other side.
Got you. So I know you haven't really done a ton of interviews, so I kind of want to get this history about yourself, you know, in this, so for the people to know, kind of how did you get started in the music stuff? Like, how did this all kind of begin for you?
Honestly, like, when I moved to the Bronx when I was like 7, 8.
Where'd you move from?
I moved, like, I lived in Harlem.
Okay.
I used to be in Harlem, but I used to be back and forth. Like, you know, Harlem and Bronx is right there.
Yeah.
Even when I was living in the Bronx, I used to still go back to Harlem. But, like, you know, as I grew older, a lot of my ties and stuff like that really got situated in the Bronx. So, like, you know, like, I just, being with my friends, growing up, being in the streets, going through street shit, even playing basketball and stuff like that, you know, like, even the basketball life, like, when you from the hood and play ball, that's like a certain type of popularity in itself. So I always had a little bit of like notoriety around the neighborhood in Harlem and Bronx. I used to have party buses, Facebook stuff. Like, you know, I used to do little Facebook cuff and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
So, like, I always been kind of like, you know, in the mix in a sense, like for my age group and area. So when as I was growing up and getting in the streets like that, like, I had a friend, it was actually my right-hand man, he was rapping and stuff like that, and I kind of was trying to, like, be his manager in a sense, like, you feel me? But, like, this is around, like, 2016, I was, like, 17, like, you know, so I'm just starting to touch at least what I think is money, you feel me? Like, you know, a little couple thousand, now you think it's money because you're young, but, so I'm thinking I'm about to be this big manager and stuff like that, but I'm living a rapper life, you feel me? So me and bro just in the studio chilling, like, yo, bro, just make a song, right? And we really cooked up a song, and it was actually the first song that we ever even dropped, like, on social platform and shit like that. Like, you know, like a real song that where I was really rapping. And just from there, like, we just, you know, I just kept going at it. But I didn't really start trying to make it with music until, like, I would say 2018, 2017, a little bit 2017, I got serious, but actually trying to make it, it's like 2018. And it just came from just being in the hood, bro, living a life, having stuff to talk about, having a story, you know, and like, I'm a person, if you know me, I'm very loud, bro. Like, you know, when I'm around my friends, everybody will tell you I'm very loud. So, you know, like, I got a story. Of course, I want to tell it because I'm the loudest person. I love telling stories. I love having people feel me, engage, and relate to me. Or even if you don't even got no relation to it, just stepping over here, you know?
Right.
That's really how I really started, to make a long story short.
How'd the whole Jetgang come about? Was that something that was like kind of local to your hood, or how did that kind of?
Honestly, I really came up with the name like just on some like everybody like. Damn, I forgot what I used to say. I used to say, all of us get into it fast, you know, the jetway. Like, you feel me? Something like that. I forgot how I came up with it. And it just stuck. But, like now, I kind of, like, I found the real meaning for it. And, you know, now, like, it took a little time for me to find it. Because I'll be lying to you if I tell you that when I started Jetgang, I had a plan. I didn't have nothing. It was just a cool name, and we just get into it fast, the jetway. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like, like little stuff like that. So it was like, now I kind of got, you know, a meaning to it. It's a little bit of sentimental with it now too, because like it basically my 3 dead friends is their initials, like Jet. Like the Jet is J, Eno, and True.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So yeah, so it's J, Eno, and True gang. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Now I found that in, but like, to be honest, like when I first started, it was just at least some young fly niggas and we get into it the fast way, G5. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, just,
and then it eventually kind of went into like a way for you to honor your
exactly, bro. You feel me? Because these is all people that was a part of this. Like, this is all people like Ray is my right hand man. Like one of my right hand mans that I started this with. Like, it was me and him in the force. Like, you know what I'm saying? In the front line. When you say Jetgang, you think about Zay and Ray. And then my friend Jay, which is the J in the, he, like, this is my man who I've been with since I was 7, 8 years old, and he just came home last year. He unfortunately passed away, like when he came home and stuff like that. And then the E in the Jet is my big bro Eno. This is who I used to look up to rapping. This is who motivate me. This is who keep me afloat. This is, and I come to the hood and I'm chilling, smoking, I need some advice. This is who I'm talking with. So now I found my little, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I didn't have it all figured out from the beginning, bro. Did it? Right. It was just a cool name. We just all ran with it, like, you know?
Right. We'll get into a little bit of the music, you know what I'm saying? You dropped a bunch of new joints lately, you know what I'm saying? Like, we got a lot of new heat on YouTube. You know, you just dropped Slightly Up, you know what I'm saying? Super dope. With these new records, man, you know, obviously you're coming a little bit different in 2021. How have you kind of like wanted to switch up what you were doing in 2020 to 2021 with a lot of these new joints?
I just feel like this year what I'm really trying to do is I'm trying to just, you know, be in control of my situation and what I'm trying to do, and more so like if something is not going the way that I pictured it in my mind, then I'm not half-stepping this year. You get what I'm trying to say? So it's like 2020, like, you know, I was working, I was dropping, but it wasn't as consistent. It was like, you know, a little bit rushed, or it was kind of me taking an idea from them, trying to incorporate it with what I got going on. Like, I feel like with my art and my process, if I got a vision for it, I gotta stick to that. Understand what I'm saying? Like, and I can't really let nothing get in the way of my vision and my creativity process. So this year, this is like, I'm really trying to take control of my vision and my art, and I'm trying to just really master my craft. Like, I'm trying to put my hours in, trying to put my 10,000 hours in, you know. So
I'm big on that 10,000 hours too. I'm happy you know about it.
Bro, I swear, bro, because I watch, like, you know, like, in my career, from when I started rapping, like, I was fluctuating up and down in between my work ethics and stuff like that. And I noticed that when I was working the most, I got the maximum result. Understand what I'm saying? So I just feel like if I turn it up a notch with having my experience and stuff like that from the past, I'll be able to just figure it out and really situate my situation.
Now with this new record, Slightly Up, obviously I gotta ask about, like, you know, the title of the record. Do you feel like you're slightly up? Do you feel like you're underrated? Like, what kind of is like the, you know, why did you decide to kind of like come this way with this new joint?
I mean, to be honest, it's like, you know, like, it's like, you know, people get blinded by, like, you know, this type of shit, like jewelry and stuff like that. And it's like, yo, like, you know, when you slightly up, like, I'm not all the way up where I need to be, but I'm on my way there in a sense, like. And you know, I'm like, when I say slightly up, I'm not saying, and I'm too humble to say that I'm not even talking about no money when I say I'm slightly up. I'm almost there. I'm almost up from where I was at, because I was just down on the bottom, bro. You feel me? Like, and like, I'm not trying to be this whole big crazy rich guy. Like, I never was broke. I went through it. You feel me? Like, and I'm slightly picking myself up off the ground. Like, you gotta know, bro, I lost everything, bro. Like, you feel me, bro? So when I say slightly up, people might think about it like, oh yeah, it just rhymed, or he just trying to say like he not all the way rich, but he got some money. Like, Nah, I was down all the way at the bottom. I ain't all the way up yet, but I'm almost there, like mentally, physically, financially, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's really more so what I meant, like, you know? That's why in the song I said, I'm sorry I made you go listen to people that always be rapping that fiction, because I feel like I let my people down. I had a little bit of momentum, and then, you know, I just, and then, you know,
we're just building that momentum back up
exactly,
again.
Bro. So I'm almost there. I'm not there yet. I don't got it figured out, but I'm almost there. So.
Now with the music, obviously you're really good at switching it up from like drill to kind of like, you know, other forms of rap and hip hop. With that, like, do you prefer, like, are you heavy into like doing the drill stuff, or are you kind of like just enjoying the wave right now? Like, what is for you kind of like the way that you approach when you make with some of these records?
Honestly, bro, I be going off of my feelings, bro. Like, you know, I can't really rap about like if I'm not going through nothing. Like, you know, like sometimes like if I'm in a vague space mentally, like it's kind of hard for me to work, because when I'm recording and stuff, I'm expressing myself. Like, now when I go in and I approach these songs, if you hear me on a drill record, I was really thinking about some shit that night. You feel me? Now if I go in there and I'm harmonizing in auto-tune, like, you know, and I kind of let the beat pull it out of me versus me forcing it on the beat, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not like, I don't want to categorize myself as one-dimensional, you know, like my dad, that, you know, he told me and taught me that, you know, never put all your eggs in one basket, you spread them out over here. So it's like, I want to be versatile. I want to, like, if I gotta go in there and do a song with Rihanna tonight, I can't go in there and play a drill beat. You feel me? Like, you know, I gotta be able to do a little bit of harmony.
You want to be able to extend past New York.
Exactly, bro. Like, and you know, because like it's bigger than just here. Like, the goal is to get out of here. You feel me, bro? Like, and yeah, I'm gonna stay the same and be the same person, but music-wise, art-wise, you know, like, I gotta expand my, you know, Gotta definitely tap in with every single lane, bro, and try to master every single craft, bro, because I just want to be able to fit in every pocket and be in every room, you know.
Now, speaking of tapping in, who are like some other young, you know, up and coming rappers out here that you fuck with? Because I know, like, you know, in the past you've done, you know, you obviously have collabs with Don Q, Dave East, but who are like some new other young up and coming rappers like yourself that you kind of want to fuck with and kind of, you know, work with?
Like, so like, see, I'm big on like dragging up the young ones who coming up and trying to, like, you know, like, I'm big on, like, I mean, I got a little brother, he rap now, his name is D-Hefe, you know.
D-Hefe.
Yeah, his right-hand man is E-Dot Baby, you feel me? That's my little bro. I'm Stunner Gambino, that's my bro, you know. Leaky Band, like, you know, it's like, as far as the young people coming up in the city, bro, I'm all for it, like, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like, I know where we all come from, so I really embrace the younger people that's at least, like, you know, I see myself 5 years ago in them, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, like, even like E-Dot, like, cause he's really like my little brother, you know, like, cause he be in my crib and him and my blood little brother is like close. So I just be trying to tell him, like, you know, like, yo, bro, cause he look at me like, yo, bro, you got jewelry eye, bro, like, you know, like, he'll get fooled by it and stuff like that. And I tell him, like, yo, bro, if I was you and I was 16 again, I would focus on my music, because all of this shit come later, and you feel me? By the time you 22, you'll be surpassing me. Understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, like, you know, some artists, they be like a little bit uncomfortable with other artists surpassing them and being, but I'm all for that, bro. Like, you know, like, I like to see other people shine and win. So, as far as young artists in the city, whoever doing their thing, I salute them, you know, like, every person, even like the people who don't, you know, really rock with me, is because, like, you know, I even want to see y'all win. I want to see you eat, just not at my table, you know how I go. But
right,
like, I just, you know, I'm big on everybody just feeding their family and, you know what I'm saying, putting on the way they supposed to.
Right, and you were talking about your young guys, and I saw, like, I think it was like back in November, you tweeted out this thing where you were talking about, like, enjoy being a kid, don't let the social media kind of like manipulate you into feeling away or trying to be something that you're not. Is that kind of like, you know, Is that kind of what you try to express to these kids? Because like, you know, you talking about obviously the chains, the jewelry, the cars, the lifestyle, the money, whatever. Is that kind of what you try to implore to them to be like, yo, like, take your time with shit?
Bro, cause this shit'll be gone, bro. Like, you know, yo, bro, this shit'll be gone. Like, it'll be gone. Like, it don't mean nothing. Like, yeah, it's cool to have it, look good, but you feel me? It don't change your mentality, bro. Like, you feel me? Like, you can have all of this jewelry and all of this cars and all of that shit, bro, and your mentality still be a bum mentality. You feel me, bro? Like, so what I try to tell my, you know, the people at least who underneath me and who around me who I could spread, like I try to basically tell them what somebody once never told me or what worked for me and what didn't work for me. So that way, you know, they don't make the same mistakes that I made. I was a kid where, like, I thought that when I started rapping that I was supposed to have jewelry. I thought I was supposed to, like, that shit don't mean nothing, bro. Like, bro, I see these kids who go up and they don't even buy nothing until their third year of their career with platinum records, and you feel me, bro? It don't mean nothing, bro. Like, you know, so like even though I got it, I'm not like, it may look at it as being a hypocrite and stuff like that, but because I got it, it's me telling you, you don't need it. Understand what I'm saying, bro? Because I went through it, so you don't really gotta go through it, bro. And I know with social media, you'll get tricked a little bit, and that's why I try to post shit like that on my Twitter and my Instagram like that, so that way, you know, because I do got like a little bit of following, and I do got younger people that's actually like, you know, who look up to me or look up to the things that I got, you know, or they value certain things, and you know, like it could be tricky, bro, because it'll make you be insecure with yourself or feeling like you have to do something.
Or you have to have certain things.
And it's not that, bro. Or like you even have to do something else, because some people is not even fascinated by the jewelry stuff. Some people will be fascinated by people posting guns and shit like that, bro. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you know, like I'm in the Bronx, so you know, young kids is fascinated by a certain type of gang lifestyles and stuff like that. I be trying to tell them, like, yo, bro, like, yeah, it look cool, but you got, like,
it's not gonna last.
I'm trying to tell you, from being somebody that feel me, I done carried a couple of caskets before. You understand what I'm saying, bro? It ain't really worth it. Like, bro, focus on your music and situate your situations as they come. When your situations come, you run full force through it. You don't try to shy away from it. You don't gotta look at the internet and be influenced by none of this shit, because all of this shit is perception. All of this shit is a trick and mind games, you know? So, especially my little brothers and stuff, like I can't let them fall into certain mistakes that I made, because I made a lot of mistakes. So, what type of person would I be to let them, and I know they trying to be big time rappers, and you know, I've been kind of trying to make it for a little bit of, you know, for a little while now. So I got a little bit more experience than them. If I could give it to them when they 15, 16, 17, by the time they 22 like me, they a whole different monster. You feel me? And I'm flying with them, surpassing me. It's just how it goes, bro. You know?
Right.
For the young boys, but.
Well, since we talk about it, I know you got a new piece. I don't want to just be like, yo, like, can we talk about the new piece? But like, you got it recently, so that's why I kind of want to bring it up.
Look though, I'm gonna tell you about this chain right here.
It was a good segue. I'm sorry, but I do want to talk about. Because it is. In all fairness, first of all, y'all, you know, like you were saying, you don't need this shit immediately. You know what I'm saying? You a few years into your career before you got this piece. So tell me a little bit about this and
honestly. You know, if you even look, like, if you look at my videos from like 2016, 2017, bro, it's like I had this shit already, and then you kind of see like I just lost my jewelry and shit, and it come like, you know, I caught a little charge, and you know, like a little bit of legal issues. What happened with my jewelry, and I caught a case, like my jewelry was confiscated, like, you know, I spend all this money in lawyer fees and all of that, like, so I kind of feel stripped of, you know, the things that I valued at that time, like, so with this chain, it was like, yo, when I come back, I gotta reinvent, like, it gotta be something new, it gotta be something different, it gotta be like, you know, like, because it's not even a chain. If they would have took this water bottle back away from me, I would have felt like I had to go buy the biggest essential water, and you feel me? Like, like that's just how I felt at that time. So it's like with the chain, like the chain is more like a symbol. you know, like to me, like, you know, chain is a symbol to me because it showed me what I could really overcome. Like, yo, damn, bro, like, you really could lose everything, go flat out broke, have nothing, and then just make a crazier comeback. And you come back stronger, bigger, better than before. So that's really how the chain came about. Like, the chain came about, like, before I had probably like 200-300 gram Cuban. Now I doubled my Cuban. I had a piece that was a certain amount of money. I doubled that, like, you know. So it's just like, it's like I had to just come back stronger and better and bigger and more diamonds. Nah, but all jokes aside, like, it was just like, you know, like, I just felt stripped or something. So you know I had to get it back, like. Right. I had to get it back in blood. These blood diamonds.
Right. So the first chain. So let me make sure I got this right. So the first chain you lost because of, you know, some legal issues and whatnot, and then this one is kind of like the redemption piece.
The redemption, like, okay. If you heard in Fire Zone, right? I said police ain't trying to get back to the original, cause I said police ain't trying to get back to the original, so I just got a new pendant, and that's no cap. Like, I've been trying to, bro. It's been like 2 years, but I've been trying to have lawyers, pay lawyers. I pay lawyers up front, and they promise me that they gonna get it back. Still nothing. I bet, cool. I ain't even tripping off it. I'm gonna just get a whole new one, and that's just how that.
So the police have your last chain.
Yes, bro.
And they just not giving you your chain back that you spent hella bread on.
Bro, I have police vouchers, like, from, you know how you get like arrest evidence and shit like that when you get like that. I got my vouchers, bro. Like. And it's like, they tell me you gotta wait till your case is over. They telling me they gotta get in contact with this officer, arresting officer, like, and you know that I like 2 years ago I've been fighting, like a year and a half, 2 years I've been fighting the case. So it's like, y'all ain't find this officer in 2 years, bro. Y'all ain't never.
So you still could possibly get it back one day.
Possibly, but it's like, by the time I get it back, my body will pawn that, or I'll probably melt that down and give it to somebody, one of the family members or something. Melt it down and give it to them as a gift or something, like. Cause it's like, you know, like, when I get it back, like, I don't even want to relive that trauma. You know, it's like
right. It's like a bad memory at that point.
Yeah, and then it's like that chain specifically. Me and my friend got our chains together. You know what I'm saying? Like, and unfortunately, he's not here right now, so it's like
it don't really make sense for you to keep it.
Yeah, like that. Bro, but that would even be a reason to keep it, but you know, like certain chapters in my life, I just be trying to.
You want to close that shit?
Yeah.
So as we look towards like the next chapter of your life, right? What do you have coming next? A project? Like, what do you feel like is the next move for Young Zay?
I feel like the next move is just consistency and work, bro. I have to like you know, obviously. This year I haven't dropped a project in a little while, bro. So
2 years since Airplane Mode, right?
Definitely.
Yep.
Definitely.
Oh no, 3 years now. My bad. I still think we in 2020.
3.
Damn. My bad. I didn't mean to. I feel like the pain I saw. I know it's about time for a project. I thought we were still in 2020. My fault, y'all.
Nah, it's definitely time for a project though, bro. And like this time around, it just it could never be no breaks. Like. It could never, ever, like, I just gotta be more consistent. I gotta attack, like, you know, I took time to really self-evaluate, you know, like, I kinda had to grow up a little bit, shit was a little crazy right now. I gotta slow down and fill the walls out.
Right.
Shit was crazy, bro. So, you know, like, now that I'm able to get back on my feet and stand up and dust myself off and, you know, walk into these situations with a full head of steam, like everything now from there is just gotta be better than the last. You know? Like, I'm just trying to just elevate, bro. Like, I'm trying to depart.
No, 1,000%.
You know, I'm trying to depart Jetgang style.
So you think about doing like a full project in each key situation? Like, what do you feel like is the best course of action? Like, what do you feel like you better do?
To be honest, bro, I want to give them a 30-round clip of songs. Like, I want to drop 30 songs, bro. Cause I feel like I owe that, bro. Like 10 songs, like for every year I ain't drop, you know, like that's how I feel, like, and like I know that the type of music that I've been making and my, like, you know, people ain't never even hear me sound like some of the songs I got. People ain't never even hit, like people won't even think I was that good. Like cause I know, like, yo, bro, it's crazy. Like, I'm telling you, bro, I'm about to shake it for, like, shake the town for.
We gotta get you on some records with some other people too, man.
Nah, yeah, that's what it is. That's what it is too. I definitely need features and stuff, but you know, like, during my self-evaluation, I kind of had to figure out who I am as an artist, who I am as a person, who I am as now this young man I'm growing up in. You know what I'm saying? So now that I'm able, like, you know, I took that time to evaluate and stuff like that, I'm definitely open to building relationships and doing music with other people. But if I don't know what kind of songs I do, how I'm going to the studio, you know what I'm saying? Like, so I just kind of had to figure it out and, you know, jot down some stories and go dig up in my treasure chest of pain and, you know, just try to just put all of that into my art and my craft.
Right. So obviously some new music before, you know, for the rest of 2021. What else you have planned for this year?
I'm about to just drop new music, new videos, new projects, new everything, bro. I'm just elevating. For the rest of 2020, it's just elevation. It's no more stagnant or going down. It's just up. Like, we're just trying to depart, bro, and put our phone on airplane mode and depart while we in the air. We never trying to land, you know, because we a flight risk. And when I say flight risk, like, they don't want us to take off, bro, you know, like, that's why I say I'm Bronx most wanted, and I'm a flight risk, because they don't want me to take off. They scared of, if I take off, I might not come back. You feel me, bro? And now we just trying to just take off, bro, and just get to our destination, bro.
Now before we wrap up here, you know, we talked a lot about, you know, the young guys coming up here, people coming up. Do you have like any message to like the young artists coming up right now who, you know, obviously we talked a little bit about the money and the jewelry and whatnot, and obviously the lifestyle, the gang lifestyle, and that type of stuff, but like, do you have like any like message that you want the young guys who are maybe watching this interview or found this interview to kind of like take in, you know what I'm saying? Maybe it's like, oh, doing something different than what you had done on your way up.
I mean, my greatest advice I could be is just analyze and watch what worked for people and what didn't work for people, and incorporate that into what you got going on. Because if you look at anybody else's situation, you'll find your situation and somebody else too that was prior before you. And that's how I was able to even pick myself up off the ground and dust myself off, is because I watched, okay, this worked for them. Let me try this and see if this worked for me. Oh, if it worked for me, okay, man, I could pass this message on because this is what works. Or if I see something that somebody else did and it didn't work for them, okay, cool, I know not to try that. So I would say just, it's cool to take your 2 steps back, to take your 4 steps forward. Be aware, analyze, and reflect, bro, because, bro, this shit move fast now, bro. This shit is serious, like, yo, bro, like, people's lives is really changing off of this shit, bro. So you really gotta, every move gotta be strategic. Every move gotta be calculated, you know, and that's what I'm on right now. We just trying to move, take over.
Yo, I feel like that's a perfect way to end the interview. I appreciate you for taking the time out of your day to come chop it up with me here at Studio Square Recordings in Long Island City. Let the people know where they can follow you at. I know we gotta make sure we follow your TikTok.
Shit, hold on, you have me being all humble and shit over here. You know I can pop my shit though.
Look, this camera right here. This one right here.
This one. Okay. You can follow me on Instagram, Jetgang Zay, Twitter, Jetgang Zay, Facebook, Jetgang Zay, TikTok, right? TikTok.